back to another commentary. I just got back from a trip to Chicago, and throughout the trip I came up with this very original idea. Instead of commentating while playing video games, why don't I commentate in front of a camera? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. It's a little awkward, as the saying goes, it's not awkward till you make it awkward. And now saying that, it's awkward. Did I mention I'm in a shed? Alright, for some context for this trip, my dad was going on this business trip and he happened to have some extra days, so he decided to go to Chicago because one of my colleges was at since I'm 17, I've been researching colleges, and one of the colleges on my list was Columbia College. Originally, I wasn't supposed to go. He decided to buy a ticket for me, so I would fly over to Chicago, and then I'd meet him at the airport, and then we'd tour Columbia College together. So that's the context of the trip. The start of the trip, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday morning. I'm getting ready to go to the airport. My mom and my siblings were all driving there in a car, and they dropped me off at security. The thing I was most nervous about was security. I was scared that my nervousness would make me look suspicious. Oh yeah, no one found the knife that I had in my suitcase. But I got through it. I literally just walked forward, and then I found my gate. So I just sat there for like an hour playing video games until they started calling up people to the front desk. At the gate, they called me up and they asked me, where's your S score? Turns out, since I'm a minor, I'm supposed to be accompanied by like some flight attendant or something like that when I was getting my boarding pass. I told them, yeah, I don't need an escort or anything, I'll just go myself. So I told them that, and they said, no, but you're supposed to have one, and you're supposed to pay 50 bucks for it. Where's the 50 bucks? And then I'm starting to panic. They eventually cleared it up, but that was a bit stressful. I got through it, and I got on the plane. I filmed the cool plane montage just for this video.
Lord, help me fix my gaze upon the cross. If you're in me, nothing can be a loss. I put my face in the dust and declare you're holy. This is the race I run, you're the call before me. You are holy, Elohim, El Shaddai. You are for me, Elohim, Adonai. No weapon formed against me, Elohim, El Shaddai, shall ever prosper. Elohim, Adonai. You are holy, Elohim, El Shaddai. You are for me, Elohim, Adonai. No weapon formed against me, Elohim, El Shaddai, shall ever prosper.
Welcome to Chicago, folks.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. You know where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
The plane lands. I'm at O'Hare Airport, and I meet my dad there. He told me that we were going to eat at a deep dish pizza place. His friends drive us out of the airport and to a place called Malnati's Pizzeria, where we have some very, very nice deep dish pizza. And then they drive us to our hotel. I was really tired that night because I didn't get sleep the night before. So I just kind of crashed in bed. And that was the first half day. It's the start of the next day. I wake up and me and my dad walk a couple of blocks to this cafe, and we're looking at the menu. I see that they have a panini, so instantly I go, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want a panini right now. And it was good. It was good. I need to stop doing that. So after that, we just walk around. So after that, we still had some time before this baseball game we were going to in the afternoon. We decided to go on the L train. We go to the station, and I'm not gonna lie, that station, it smelled really bad. It smelled really bad, and it didn't help that it was underground too. So we get on the train, right? And since it's a baseball game, did I mention it was a baseball game? We're going to Wrigley Field, which is home of the Chicago Cubs, and it's the Cubs against the Giants, which is my favorite team. Since it's a baseball game, it's crammed full of people, and when I say crammed, I mean like there are 4 bodies pushing on all sides of you. I don't know what happened, but that first time it was a bit too much for me, and I almost threw up. I managed to hold it in, but the whole time I was feeling so nauseous. And then even when I arrived at the field, I had to stay at my seat for like 30 minutes. There's this whole reason why Dad and I aren't sitting together, and that's important later. When I was sitting down trying to get over my nausea, I spotted the guy. I spotted Waldo. he was just there at the field. And yeah, the game starts and I'm just sitting there by myself, you know. And then the guy next to me, he's this British guy in the what are they called? Those flat caps, and he has a green shirt and jeans. And he looks over at me and he asked me, "Do the Chicago Cubs sit in a different side from the San Francisco Giants fans?" And then I go, no, they sit next to each other. It's mixed. And he's like, oh, of course. For the whole game, for the rest of the game, he's just asking me these questions about baseball, and I keep answering them because I find it really funny. Taught him a few things too, like what a strike is and a ball. So that was cool. At one point, my dad texts me to check up on how I'm doing. So I tell him, yeah, it's going great. There's this British guy sitting next to me. And he goes, oh, ha ha ha. So then he walks from his section to mine. And then he goes up to the British guy and he goes, my son's told me a lot about you. And then I go, no, the first British guy I've met and it's ruined. He's never gonna talk to me again. Luckily, I don't think he heard, so he still kept asking me questions, and it was good. It was good. My first interaction with a British guy. But the game, how did it go? It went horribly. The game ends, I shake hands with a British guy, and he thanks me for teaching him a little bit of baseball, and he calls me mate. He calls me mate, and I'm freaking out. I'm texting all my friends, a British guy called me mate, a British guy called me mate. So the game's over, we get back on the L train. Thankfully this time I don't feel like barfing. So then it's time for the boat tour.
washrooms are right on the
After the boat tour, we go to this place called Sweet Garden to eat dinner, and I get a cocktail. Haha, I drink some alcohol. After dinner, we walk around and we arrive at this place called Millennium Park. So some time passes and it's time for this thing called Art at the Mart, which is when this building has a bunch of lights on the side of it and then it plays music and stuff. It was, I don't know what it was, but yeah, it got really weird. Just got really boring and weird. So we just left back to our hotel, and that was officially day one. I forgot how to do the commentary. It's been 2 months since that last clip. Yeah. I'm gonna pretend that never happened and just continue on with the story. On the third day, we go to a Starbucks. Now, this isn't any Starbucks because it's the largest Starbucks in the world. It's a 5-floor Starbucks. We go here to eat breakfast, and I get some brownie thing and hot chocolate. After that, we head over to the main part of this trip, which was the college tour. We arrive at Columbia College, and then the tour starts, and I don't have any pictures or videos of this because I was trying to pay attention. They show us the dorms, which were very, very nice, actually. I did not expect that. And then we walk like 1 block over and eat at a fried chicken place, which was locally famous or something. After lunch, we take an Uber to go to this museum called the Wonder Museum, and I'd seen videos of it before the trip. It looked cool, like, of course the video made it look cool. Yeah, it was a letdown. I think it's definitely overrated. Basically, the Wonder Museum is just a bunch of lights and sensors where you can like interact with the art. At the end of the museum, we get to this gift shop, and then right when we walk in, I turn like my head to see what's on the shelves, and then I just see this big sign that says F-U, but not actually F. It's the full swear word out just right there in a museum targeted for kids. It's just, you can buy that as a souvenir. And then I look more like to the other shelves, there's statues of middle fingers everywhere, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So then we quickly get out of there. So after the museum, we have to get to the airport because it's already our last day there. We take the train. Again, it's crowded, but luckily we do get some seats and we can just sit down for the full like 40-minute train ride. We're at the airport and we're at security, and I'm looking through all my stuff, and then I remember that I have my water bottle, which is still filled with water. But the thing about this water bottle is that I hadn't refilled it or finished drinking it since the first day of the trip. So it's like 2-day-old water. I'm like, yeah, maybe there's like just like a little bit left. Maybe I should just drink all of it. So then I do. And this is the thing about me. I have a very, very weak stomach. I can get stomach aches from drinking like slightly contaminated water. I don't think much about it, but the water tastes terrible. It tastes like there's so much bacteria in it. Like how any other airport trips go. They start calling up people to board. But then halfway through, like one of the groups, they just say, stop, wait, everyone needs to get out of the plane. Something's wrong with the air conditioning or something, and they need to fix it. We start waiting and waiting. 20 minutes go by, and then it's more like an hour. They actually start boarding. The air conditioning starts coming back on, and everyone's cheering, like we're finally going. Yay. I was like, yay. I start like feeling a little stabbing in my stomach, and now full-blown stomach ache, and it's bad. And then finally we arrive. I try to hurry out of the plane as fast as I can. It takes a few minutes for my mom to pick us up. I'm sitting in the car, finally relaxing. The stomach ache is getting better. And then I'm just looking at the window and like, I'm just thinking about how much I did in 2 days. And I'm like, dang, I want to go back someday. I don't know, it's strangely nostalgic just being there for 2 days. And I think the reason for that is that I've never had a trip where I had to walk around so much, just exploring the city. So I really got to know it, and I kind of miss Chicago now.